Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, September the 2nd. We are 4 months away from the end of the year. I'm just excited, super excited. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am happy to have you all here today for our leadership development call. Quick trip to the newbie corner. So the last session that we had, Coach Will recommended that, well, actually is requiring all of us that are attending the Nashville boot camp to really understand and know the information in the video by Jim Rohn called Building Your Network Marketing Business. And so when I was listening to it this morning, I've listened to this video several times before, like over a dozen times before, but today something really struck me is that this is a really good um speech or video to listen to for your mindset. Especially if you get frustrated when you're not having a lot of results, or if you're people, a lot of people are telling you no. And basically the ratio rule, if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. Not if you do something every now and then, often enough, meaning you have to do it regularly, like often enough and as much as you can, and that ratio will appear. So that is something, like when we're out trying to talk to people, and when we're out prospecting and recruiting or whatever, make sure, my takeaway from that today, because I'm getting different takeaways as I listen to it, but today was just to beef up, or not beef up, but step up how many times you are actually out actively recruiting, so that your ratio will appear and you'll get better and better. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, a seven-figure earner at HBN and our green organics companies, and our first six-figure earner over at Goldasana. An amazing teacher, always has great information to help you build your business to where it needs to be or where you want it to be. So that being said, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, I'm available. Thank you for that kind introduction. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you as always, Miriam isn't joking when she brings you information from the field as she progresses up and up the ranks and up the income, as well as one of the most important parts of this call. So take that information very seriously, because a lot of you are in the same part of your career as she is. So her vision and insight and her perspective is going to be extra valuable to you as you're moving forward on the same path as well. That being said, anyone who has not already reached out, tonight is the deadline. So if you got upline, downline, crossline, sideline, support team, success team, tonight is the deadline to let me know if you want to be on a panel or share your product testimony or something to that effect in Nashville. This applies to all leaders who want to participate. And I've had some requests that were granted from some people who have not a whole lot of rank or income earnings at all, but they want to be a part of the panel and share their perspective and things of that nature as well. So even Coach Marcus, as he always has a slot if he wants it, he reached out and said, hey, this is what I want to train on. This is how much time I need. I was like, perfect. So if Coach Marcus, one of our $1 million earners, is humble enough to reach out and say, hey, I want to pour into the people. I want to share some knowledge, insight, and vision. I don't want you to share yourself short. That's not that everybody's going to get approved, but tonight is the deadline. If you want to pour into the organization, this is your opportunity to do that for the last time this year in Nashville. And on top of that, it also is really cool for your social media to have you in front of a room. It can help your recruiting and retailing as people in your social media circle who don't work with you realize that you are an expert in your field in comparison to where they are. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring to the stage on Sunday night's call. I had took up a lot of the time because we had a lot of powerful information to share with you, and I hope that resonated with you. I'm going to come back at the end of the call if we have a little time, but I want to make sure that Coach Seymour gets his time on stage because he has been absolutely on fire since accepting the challenge as one of our newer six-figure earners to start hosting part of this call. And Sydney says, yes, my hair is super, super long. When it got untwisted before it got retwisted, it is ridiculous. It's ridiculously long. And that is a testament to our products. That is 100% a testament to the power of our products with Green Organics and Go Dasana. No ifs, ands, about. Thank you. My lovely wife just chimed in. Manglo for sure. It is truly. Our products are second to none. No other company even comes close. And when you really start to understand that, it is going to take your business to another level because your belief is going to go from here to here. And how do you build your belief? You build your belief with personal experience, stories of others, and understanding of how and why the products work the way they do. But that's a time for another call. Definitely. Oh yeah, Kara's hair is amazing as well. Yeah. Manglo, Black Seed Oil, Beetroot Max, all of this jazz. The stuff's amazing. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Seymour, for those of you who've ever seen him train, depending on what he's talking about, especially when he trains live, there is rarely a dry eye in the house. He is always bringing you knowledge from his experience as a multiple six-figure earner at more than one company. He's done it before. He's done it here. And other than him being a father and a military veteran for the finest armed forces in the world, one of my favorite things about Coach Seymour, well, I'll say this, one of the favorite things about him future-wise, he is going to be a seven-figure earner with Green Organics faster than he became a six-figure earner with Green Organics. 100%, no doubt in my mind at all. And I know he's going to share with you some information tonight that's going to be very powerful and impactful. So get your pens ready. Don't let me be the only one taking notes. Also, too, quick shout out. We always like to celebrate our new members. You can put them in the chat. Sydney and Angela as well on Tenacious Tribe with Sydney's team. Welcome to the team, ladies. And y'all are in for a treat tonight on this call, hearing first from Miriam and now from Coach Seymour Greenridge Blake. Coach, are you available tonight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am.
My man, there he is, man. There he is. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Love that shirt, by the way. Absolutely love that.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction, Coach. And we never complain about when you take up time because the knowledge that you bring to us and the nuggets that you drop is always on point. So no reason for a part of the apology about being on here longer last Sunday because, like I said, the knowledge that you bring to us, we are always ready for it. So like I've been doing for the last few weeks, I'm going to be going off camera so I can pay attention and focus on my notes that I have to bring to you guys. And I hope again that this week that with what I'm going to be bringing to you, that, like you said, take some notes. And I hope that I can reach many of you tonight again. So with that said, let me go ahead and go off the camera so I can go ahead and start going into my notes. So tonight, what we're going to be talking about is rejection. Every rejection is a chance to build something better. I want y'all to write that down. Every rejection is a chance for you to build something better. What do I mean by that? Let me start with that by asking this question. How many of you have ever been rejected and thought that it was the end? How many of you have ever been rejected and thought that it was the end? And a lot of times we let that first rejection make the decision on if we want to continue this business or not. The first no gets your feelings hurt. The first no make you feel that, and it's not going to work. But in reality, rejection is not the end of the road, guys. It's basically just a detour. A detour that leads you into building something what? Stronger, better, and most likely very lasting. So we ask ourselves, what is rejection? Most of us would say that rejection is a no. It's a closed door in our face. or a failed opportunity. But in reality, rejection is basically feedback. It's not failure, it's feedback. Because every time, if you go and present your business to someone and you get the no, it's the reason I say it's not failure because it's most of the time it's how you presented that business. Most of the time it's something you may have said. Like some of the keywords that we used to saying when we talk about a business. Sign up. A lot of time, the minute you use that word, people get rejected. And oh, that's one of those pyramid. That's one of those network mark. Nope. So sometimes we have to change the way. So again, like I said, rejection is what? Feedback. So if you got a no, sit back and ask yourself, why did you get the no? Did I say something wrong? Did I present this in the wrong way? Okay. And use that as feedback. So the next time when you approach someone to talk about the business or when you get in a relationship, because most of the time the topics that I talk about is not only for business. You might want to also use that in your life, in your relationship, because a lot of these topics blend right in because the same way you build your business is probably the same way you build in your relationship. And if you keep getting no in your business, most of the time you get in no in that relationship also. Because number one, you don't communicate. Number two, you're not silent and you're not listening. So basically, all my topics that leads up to today, it leads up to I make those topics for a specific reason every week, and they all come together into one. So I'm hoping that everybody's been paying attention in the past trainings. If you think about it, how many times did Thomas Edison fail at attempting to invent the light bulb before it was invented? It was over 1,000 times. So if he'd have failed that many times and didn't stop, does that mean it was a failure? No, obviously it wasn't. It was what? Feedback. Because every time that he tried, he got some information on why it didn't work the last time, so you don't make that same mistake again. He tried 1,000 times. Some of us try 1 or 2 times, and then we decide the business is not for us. We got to change that mindset. Okay. And the reason why we take no as a rejection is because our brain is programmed for acceptance, not rejection. It is programmed that you want to hear people clapping for you. You want to hear people praising you for what you did. You want to see the likes on social media. But the minute you don't see those things, your mindset changed because that's your brain is not programmed for that. Rejection actually reveals weakness. I don't know if you guys know that. And it redirects us to a better path. When someone tells you no, all that's doing is creating space for a better yes. Because the more no's you get, when you get that yes, then your brain goes into that accepting mode. You get excited because someone said yes. But they said yes because you did something different from the ones then you said no, that got no to you. Okay? When you went and applied for a job and you got rejected, did you just quit and stop trying to find another job somewhere else? Or did you continue to pursue it until you got it? Sometimes a job rejection may cause some of you to do exactly what we are doing now. It might push you into pursuing entrepreneurship, starting your own business. Same as a broken relationship. It could create room for you to be what? Get into a healthier one. So I want to ask y'all this. What did you learn from the experience that made you stronger when someone told you no, or when you were rejected from something? What did you learn from it? Did you learn an experience that changed the way you did things, or did you just put it behind you and say, oh, well, okay? So again, each rejection adds what? A layer of toughness, guys. It makes you stronger. When somebody tells you no, it should force you to be what? Very, to become very stronger at going at the next person, or going at the next goal that you're trying to reach. Stop letting no's bring you down. I use this example all the time. When you go to a fast food restaurant and you order your McDonald's or your burger and your fries, the lady at that register always asks, most of the time, do you want to supersize it? When you tell her no, does she get mad at you and like, man, you better say yes? No, she just move on to the next person. She rings up your stuff, gives you a receipt, next person come up. She asks the same question until somebody says yes. So we got to stop letting no's distract us, because rejection eliminates distraction, guys. And it forces you to double down on what really matters to you. So stop letting no's stop you from moving forward. What if you think about it? And when I say this, I'm not talking about a rank. But how are diamonds formed? How are diamonds formed? Let me see some answers in the chat. Exactly, with pressure. So if we take rejection as pressure, without it, we just stay ordinary. So stop letting no's stop you from reaching your goals. Okay? Let's take those rejections and let's start building something better with it. Let's create a builder's mindset. Rejection basically should be a blueprint for you for the next attempt. Just like a constructor, a person that owns a construction company, the architect of that company. They take the rejected design that they might have received that they didn't like, and what they do with it, they refine it. They build something stronger. Do the same with your business and your relationship. If you find something that's rejected and not causing that business to grow, your relationship to stay strong, refine it. How would you refine your relationship? Better communication. Okay? Because that will build strength within that relationship. It will build a steel wall around that relationship that nobody on the outside can come in and break. Create the same thing with your business. Don't let the naysayers come and tell you it's not going to work. Don't let the haters tell you, oh, we knew that wasn't going to work because you made a mistake maybe once or twice. Build that steel fence around your relationship and your business and stop the naysayers from destroying it. Look at your business when you get a no and you ask yourself these two questions. What worked and what didn't? Maybe write it down on a piece of paper, all the stuff that is working for your business or your relationship and all the things that are not working. And just like a relationship, where I know a lot of you have heard this before, you have your spouse or your next, your other person get a sheet of paper, draw a line down the middle, and write down all the negative stuff in that relationship and all the positive stuff. And I guarantee you the negative going to be less than the positive. Do the same with your business and look at the positive from what is working and start doing that, and don't worry about what's not working. Again, it's rejection is not failure, guys. It's feedback. Apply the lesson that you're learning from the feedback that you get from that rejection, and then improve it. Because every rejection, what? Makes you better prepared for the following person, or the following no, or the following yes. How many times were, I mean, not how many times, because it was on basically one, Oprah was fired from her first TV show. Look at who she is today. She's an icon. A lot of investors, when they first heard about Airbnb, they rejected it. But now guess what? It's worth billions of dollars. People are making money off of Airbnbs. Same with taxis and Ubers and Lyft. They came in and took the monopoly away from the taxis. So don't let rejection stop you, guys. Refine it, make it better. Again, rejection isn't just destruction. It is also construction. Because every rejection that you receive, it gives you a break to build a stronger foundation. Without the foundation, the house will fall. The story of the 3 pigs and the wolf. How many times did it take for that wolf to blow that home down before those pigs got smart and built them a brick home? How many no's it gonna take you before you finally start taking rejection as a feedback and not failure? Winners don't avoid rejection. We use it as raw material for success, guys. Because every no is a step forward to the ultimate yes. Coach Will said he had 600 no's, and then he got that yes, because he knew what his number was. We need to do the same. Know what our number is. How many no's it's going to take for us to really get that yes? And a lot of times we got to look in the mirror, because a lot of times the no's is because of the person putting out the message. We hear so many people say, I want this type of woman, I want this type of man in my relationship, in a relationship. But are they meeting those standards that they're trying to achieve? You got to fix you first so you can start getting what you're asking for. If you got bad credit, how can you expect to find a person with great credit and get in a relationship with that individual? If you are a negative, full of toxicity, how you expect to find a relationship that's going to work? And talk about that person was being toxic. No, you was that person before you received it. A lot of times you get what you are. So if you have negative energy about your business, that's a negative that you're going to get when it comes to your business. So again, look in the mirror, and you got to change you if you want better in life coming towards you. Okay? So again, winners don't avoid rejection. We use it as raw material for success, because every no is a step forward towards the ultimate yes. Back to you, Coach Will.
Matt, thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. Wouldn't have it any other way. And before I even get into what I was going to talk about, you also, Coach Seymour, some love in the chat. Before I even get started, there were so many notes that I took. I just want to go through a few of them just to highlight what Coach Seymour was saying, because it should have resonated with everybody. I hope so. It definitely resonated with me. Just a couple of brain tweaks. Failure is not only just temporary. As Coach Seymour told you, I want you to think about it as failure is also an opportunity for you to refine your skills. Whenever I get a no, whenever I fail, one of the personal things I do, I say, you know what, I'm not taking that personal. That's just one no, big deal there. But this is an opportunity for me to do what Coach Seymour said. What worked, what didn't? This is an opportunity for me to refine my skills. And sometimes it's not you. Let me add that. Sometimes it's not you. What we're looking for is the perfect prospect. And what is that? The perfect prospect is quite simply the right person at the right time in their life to evaluate, join, and work the opportunity or get a product. That's all you got to remember. The right person at the right time in their life. And we have to be respectful of other people's timing. Okay, it just might not be the right time for them. Not only did I get a bunch of no's before I became even remotely successful, I don't even remember half of those no's. If I hadn't wrote them down to keep track of how many exposures I was doing, to know that it was 600 no's, I know for sure, and 300 yeses, by the way, I wouldn't even remember that. So I had to write it down because you just don't, once you win, you don't really remember the no's. Let me be frank. You don't really remember those, to be quite frank. It's strange. All right. But that being said, let's move on to another part. Please write this down. Very important. Very important. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. Okay. And you have to have that attitude in your business, and you only have to have it temporarily while you get the hard work out of the way. So remember, SW4, some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. I can't sit there and dwell in the temporary rejection. I can't dwell on that. Somebody's waiting who needs this opportunity or needs these products. Some of the people on our team, someone that's called tonight, have lost 50, 60, some over 100 pounds. Do you know that if you get upset about a no, or if you aren't talking to anybody at all, we'll address that in a second, not exposing the products or the business to anybody, do you know that there are people who are suffering from tremendous health conditions? Coach Seymour was on 39 prescription drugs, was overweight, kidney damage, and had a cane that he used to walk with. For some of you who've seen him in person these last few years, you don't even want to believe that. I don't know if Lillian Corville is on the call tonight, but Lillian, can you just put a little bit of the health challenges you had in the comment that you don't have anymore because you got involved in this industry with amazing health and wellness products and it changed your life? Can you just put some of the health ailments? If is Lillian on the call? Let me see, because these products are just world class, but so are all the products in the network marketing industry at good companies. But I just like when people end up here, okay? And if Lillian puts some of that in the chat, I'll read those out. I don't want to say the word cure because that's not what non-doctors are supposed to say, but I'll let you be the judge. Sydney Leach, one of our new team members. Hey, welcome, Sydney. Sydney says she has huge health challenges. We love tackling huge health challenges. We absolutely love it. Jessica says she can work out and walk without pain. All right, but let me see if Lillian's in there in a little bit. Okay, but somebody's waiting for the opportunity for these products. Somebody's waiting for the opportunity for the pay plan. Okay, so it's next. She said rheumatoid arthritis, endometriosis, interstitial site, whatever that is. It just sounds bad. Okay, Sydney says interstitial lung disease. Let's work on it. Let's work on it. Okay, we have so many great products. Yeah, thank Coach Marcus said I can move on from that. You are the answer to someone's prayers. Lillian had a young lady that she shared that texted her today that was suffering from a cancer diagnosis. And just know that this is not, I'm not claiming that the products treat, cure, or prevent any disease. I'm not a doctor, so I can't say that. But I can tell you true stories from people that we know, okay? And Lillian just said that a young lady was suffering, was it stage 3 colon cancer? Is that what that is? Let's see. And Lillian also said she was on a pain pump, 2 spinal cord stimulators, and 75 prescription drugs. Did anybody get that? I'm just telling you. And Lillian will be in Nashville. You can see her walk around in person like a normal human being, just smiling and glowing. Okay. Look at what she had to deal with: rheumatoid arthritis, endometriosis, interstitial site. I don't want to mispronounce the word. Okay. A pain pump, 2 spinal cord stimulators. These are machines that are programmed, that are put into your body. And she said 75 different prescription drugs, and all that's gone. All that's gone. So just understand that conceptually. We got a call every Monday night. Hopefully y'all went yesterday when the call is an hour long of nonstop testimonials about the products. Nonstop. testimonials about how lives are being changed without surgeries or harmful prescription drugs. With that being said, yeah, Lillian's got some amazing testimonies and she's sharing the products with people. Okay. And one of the individuals that she shared some of the products with, I believe it was the black seed oil. Let me see if I can find this. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make sure I get the words right. If I get the quotes right. This is what the young lady said. This is not a medical testimonial. She said, "Great news, my friend. My CT scans I did on Friday are clear. Another year cancer-free. Thank you, Lord, and my family and friends." Lillian says, amen. And then the young lady says, "Also black seed oil was my savior." She said, "Black seed oil helped save me from this." And you know, a lot of times God will work through people, God will work through products. And black seed oil is something that's been on this planet since the beginning of time. So just understand that. Missy's got some amazing testimonies as well. But that being said, I want to thank Coach Seymour for that. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Okay, next. So next is the magic word there. Now, also too, before we get into a little bit for the rest, okay? Let me see. Developing allergies to everything. I'm afraid of black seed oil. Okay, well, we'll get that. We'll get that figured out, but don't be afraid of black seed oil. It may not be what you need at all. We have hundreds and hundreds of products. We will get it figured out. Do not worry. You're working with Sydney, and Sydney's an incredible leader, absolutely incredible. And she's made it through some amazing health challenges, so she can definitely coach you through, and we'll all help. All right, but that being said, and thank you, Sydney, for Sydney Leach, our new Sydney. Thank you for your transparency there. The more information we have, the more we can formulate a plan that will work for you. So thank you for that. I also want to give a huge shout out to Coach Kim, Coach Kimberly Wilkins, Coach Marcus Jones, and Coach Charlotte Whitaker for being on the call. And also want to make a quick correction. When I was in Virginia this last weekend doing what maybe was definitely one of my top 3 most fun, most favorite, most impactful meetings for myself that I've ever done. With Coach Charlotte's organization in Kenya as well. I want to give a huge shout out to Rhonda Peterson, Susan Johnston, and Kenya Wooden for attending and supporting. But the people who put that meeting together were Gina Wilson and Roz and Carolyn Mayo. And you know, when they get together, it is always something magical. And that particular event was amazing. I got introduced to some young ladies who y'all will meet at some point in Roz's organization, part of her new friend circle. And I already have nicknamed them the Fantastic Four. Eureka and some of these other young ladies, I cannot wait to work more with them in person. And Roz knows the special mission that we're on. So I'm not sure if those young ladies are on the call tonight, Gina, Roz, or Carolyn, but if so, I want to thank you for hosting and putting together an amazing meeting. And we cannot wait to keep moving forward with that. All right, we're getting there. Also, quick note there, Jessica Hill, Coach Seymour, if Lynette or Derek is on the call, and Richard Fritzler, could the 4 of you rock stars do me a favor, message me on Facebook. I want to talk to y'all about some awesome stuff. Those 4 individuals, if somebody can get them a message, that'd be great. And let me see how many people have really been locked in on our inner work. Okay, our inner work. I'm going to give you the beginning of a couple sentences, and I just want to see who can complete the sentence in the chat. This is my business, and what comes after that. If someone says, "This is my business," and what? I just want to see who's in the chat, who says that to themselves. There it is, Jessica Hill, one of our diamonds. This is my business, and I'm making it work. Not I'm going to make it work. I am making it work, because it's a present tense word. It's a process. This is my business, and I'm making it work. Let's try another one. Every day, in every way, blank. What comes after that, ladies and gentlemen? Every day, in every way. If you've been on our team for longer than 90 days, you've heard that before. There it is. Thank you, Miriam, another one of our diamonds. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. It is a process. It is a mantra that you program into yourself. And how do you know when it's going from your head to your heart? You have it memorized and you don't really have to think about it. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Let me give you a new one that we will internalize over the next 90 days. Let me give you a new one. Okay, this is right in line with what Coach Seymour was talking about. I didn't know what he was talking about tonight. Absolutely fantastic. But this is our new mantra. We're going to program this one on over the next 90 days. Then that'll be 3. All right. I'll say it 2 times. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. And I'll say it again. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Okay, we're going to slowly but surely program our subconscious minds with that one to make it a part and parcel of that. And 90 days from now, if we say it, you'll know it. Failure will never overtake me if my desire, or maybe my determination to succeed is strong enough. Okay. Now, team, as we push toward Nashville, our event coming up, so excited about that, like too excited. And we will have, we keep adding stuff to the itinerary. So after our social media Sundays, we have 2 different places we're going for social media Sunday. As we talked about, starting early Sunday morning, we will have our family dinner, and we're just selecting a location that can accommodate all of us on Sunday night. So we'll have that information for you shortly. But I want to share something that's been heavy on my mind as we close the call or get to the close of the call. Right now, I'm researching and working on what very well could be the most impactful project of my network marketing career. And if it unfolds like I believe it will, it can definitely take your HBN and or go to sign a business far beyond what was even possible 3 to 4 years ago, or even 10 years ago. I'm just letting you know it's going to be absolutely amazing. But here's the thing. As I work on that, and I'll be sharing it with the team, part in Nashville, and maybe all of it by Nashville. We'll see how much research and work I've done on the subject matter by then. But here's the thing. None of that potential that you can create a business that it's far eclipses anything any of us have ever done. None of that matters if we don't either remember or learn for the first time the lost secret of success in network marketing. Okay, the lost secret of success in network marketing. Now, for those of you who've been with us for a while, you know what that is. What is the lost secret of success in network marketing? Let's let some of our new team members learn the lost secret early. No need to make them wait. We don't need to gatekeep good information. Thank you right there, Miriam. Thank you. The lost secret of success in network marketing is that once you start having any type of success at all, you have to teach people to teach people to teach people. It's 3 for a reason. Yeah, right. Duplication. You got to teach people to teach people to teach people. It needs to go about 3 generations deep before it starts to duplicate without you. Some people will come in, oh, I sponsored 10 people. Oh, I'm a diamond. I sponsored, 40 people in 90 days. Oh, I'm amazing. I got 20 customers. And that's all well and good, folks. But in this line of work, if you do not focus at some point on the duplication, you're going to burn out. This is not a business model that is designed for you to work forever. It's just not. It's not designed for you to work forever. You have to focus on the lost secret of network marketing. Okay. And I see it because, like, when we say you're here to build teams and you're here to build people, because if you build people, people will build the business. And you're here to get products into the marketplace to impact people's lives transformationally. Okay. But when you build a house, do you build the house forever? Are you always building the house forever? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. At some point, there's a stopping point. And in this industry, for most top earners, at some point in the distant future, there's a time where you don't have to stop building. I love it. I make good money, but I absolutely love doing what I do. And I love impacting and helping, create the next generations, plural, of network marketing leadership and ambassadors for this industry, specifically with the Green Organics family of companies. But that being said, I see too many talented, hardworking reps, not just here, but in the industry, somewhere between $1,000 or $2,500 or maybe even $5,000 or $10,000. But then I start to see people plateau. Sometimes I see diamonds. We've had diamonds in our team sometimes. They hit that diamond mark, make a couple $1,000, and then they start to plateau. In fact, I've seen some $50,000 and $100,000 earners, because we have so many, I've seen them hit a wall and just plateau. Well, why? Okay, because they forgot the lost secret, or maybe they never learned it. All right, you have to teach people, not just teaching them the information and how to find their auto ship and how to set that up and what products work for them and how did you come to that conclusion and how to recruit or how to retail or what the call schedule is. You don't just teach people, you teach them to teach that which you taught. Okay, you teach people to teach people to teach people, and you have to get it down that couple levels of duplication. Okay, because if what you're doing, and this is to all my 3%ers out there, all the Elvises or the Michael Jordans of their organization. We got some on the call, but we have some in the company for sure. Okay. If what you're doing works for you, which for a lot of top earners it does, a lot of top ranked people, what they're doing works for them, but it can't be duplicated by the masses, then I hate to break it to you, it doesn't matter. Will, I'm doing this and this is working and I'm sponsoring people and sounds good, bro. That's awesome. But if it doesn't duplicate, if it can't be duplicated by the masses, not everybody, but by the masses of people, I hate to break it to you, it doesn't matter. The true power of network marketing isn't in just what you can do. It's not all about you. It's in creating simple things that anyone can copy, whether they're a veteran or they're brand new. Okay. I just want to put it out there. When I first started doing this industry and I figured out how to do a presentation, do you understand that I used to have a little book with pictures and notes? And whenever I went to a coffee shop meeting, I would have my little picture book. I don't know if y'all were around working with me back then. I don't think a lot of you were, but my closing ratio, even for $1,000 orders, $1,300, $1,400 worth of product orders and sponsoring people, my closing ratio, if I ever went to a home meeting or to meet somebody and I had my little picture book, okay, my closing ratio was over 90%. I'm sure during that time period, there was nobody in network marketing that could close people more than me. What did it matter? What did it matter? Okay, I had to understand and become humble and listen to my mentor. And I didn't want to do that because I was doing well. I had to really look at it. And he told me, man, you got to get rid of that. I didn't want to get rid of that book. It was the silver bullet. It got me retired. I love that book. So I don't know if I still have it anymore. But it wasn't duplicatable, folks. Other people could not go and do a one-on-one presentation and bob and weave in a conversation and use the gift of gab, okay, to sponsor people into this business or extol and regale them the benefits of the products. They didn't have the knowledge yet, okay? They didn't have that skill set yet. And if they took that long to get it, they were probably going to quit way before they learned the skills that I acquired, okay? So I had to really start to understand and focus on tools. On tools. All right. I can't put it any other way. Listen, buttons are awesome. I don't care if they're old school. Buttons work because anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. It took me 3 months, but I only sponsored one person with a button. Well, good. Because if you sponsored them with a button and they asked you about your button, or if you knew some words to say, if someone's staring at your button, but they haven't talked yet, you can say, hey, I see you looking at my button right there. Here's some information. You can give them a drop card because that's duplicatable. Here's some information. I got to run, but if you like what you see, let me know. My information's on the card, and you just keep moving. Okay. But you have to know what words to say when someone starts looking at your button. Okay. T-shirts, drop cards. We talk about them all the time. There's no reason. I'm gonna just tell you, there's no reason for any professional network marketer to ever leave the house without a couple of drop cards in your pocket. Best business card of all time. Okay. Best business card ever. There's no reason for any professional network marketer to leave the house without a drop card or a button. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you do that. Okay, yeah, I keep some when I run out in the car. Yeah, I bought this button. I had buttons, but I had them at the house. When I went to Virginia this last time and I left one in the hotel room, I bought this button. No, this isn't the same one. I put that one in the kitchen. I bought a button from Carolyn Mayo Stokes. I bought a button from Miss Carolyn for $20. I needed it. I wasn't about to drive all the way back to Florida and all of those gas stations and hotels and restaurants. I wasn't about to pass up all of those prospects with no button. That's crazy. How are people going to know I'm in business unless I'm wearing a t-shirt like Coach Marcus or a button like Jessica and Cal and other people? How would they even know I'm in business? I'm not going to walk into the Circle K and screaming and hollering, hey, who want to make some money? No. Who wants some product? Where the sick people at? I'm not going to do that. All right, that's goofy. We don't do that. All right, we're professionals. Okay, car magnets. Car magnets. I saw a young lady on the road with a Mary Kay car magnet. It was a little too small though. If it was bigger, I would have screenshotted the Mary Kay magnet and I would have used a reverse recruiter script, which you'll learn in Nashville. I would have used the reverse recruiter script to recruit that person from their company. I rarely teach that publicly because it's such a black belt ninja really wild tactic to use, and I don't really recommend poaching people from other companies, but if I see someone in a 1982 Toyota Corolla hatchback deluxe with no air conditioning with the windows rolled down, I know they're not making any money with the company. And maybe they're waiting for me to reach out to them to get them recruited into a company where they can put some food in the fridge and pay off some debt. So, but again, car magnets. Let me see. Somebody just make a car magnet comment. Who was that? Clarence Hubbard. Clarence Hubbard said 5 hits at Walmart. Folks were standing around his vehicle. And he got some information. He got some prospects there. That's awesome. Facebook posts. We got a ton of amazing Facebook people on our call that use Facebook to recruit. Facebook posts and Facebook messaging, especially if you know what to say, that's duplicatable. A reel or a Facebook post like that, it can extend your reach even while you sleep. Facebook is very duplicatable. This is why so many network marketers use it. Okay, especially if you understand the right words to say. I'm not going to say this young lady's name. One lady on our team, I think she's at maybe $80,000 or $90,000 and trying to close it out and get to 100. And she messaged me today. She says, Coach Will, I'm going to be recruiting this individual, and here are 2 versions of what I'm thinking about saying, which one looks best. And we went back and forth in chat, and she picked the second one, and that was the best one. Learning what to say and when to say it and who to say it to, scripting is very, very powerful, and it's very duplicatable. Provided you're coachable and teachable, because you might not know what to say in every situation, but you can learn. And there's a very high likelihood that somewhere in your support team, what other companies would call your plugged in upline, your support team, you will be able to figure out what to say and learn what to say and how to say it. Okay. Now, as we close the call, there are 2 types of people in this business, and there are basically introverts and extroverts. All right. And introverts are going to prefer quiet marketing. Facebook posts work really good for them. Drop cards, car magnets, even buttons will work if they know what to say, because they're passive and it's leverage. Okay. They like texting leads. They like emailing leads. They like things that don't feel like they have to interact with too many people on purpose. All right. Then you have your extroverts, and the extroverts love talking, presenting, and telling stories. Sydney says she's an extroverted introvert. Yes, we have a name for that. That is called an ambivert. And ambiverts are very, very rare. But here's the thing about it. I'm glad she said that. Because when you're talking about the extroverts, and everybody knows them, everybody knows an extrovert, they thrive on talking. They thrive on presenting. They love to present. They love to be in front of the room. They love telling stories. They'll grab scripts, jump on Facebook Lives, wear shirts. They love starting conversations everywhere. So the problem that sometimes happens with the introverts is they just don't get out there enough. Problem with the extroverts is they don't never listen to what people are saying. Coaches, upline, downline, crossline, they don't listen to their prospects. They're too busy talking. They're too busy telling you how great they are and how great the products. They're not listening enough. Okay, so here's the key. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert, all right? It will be very helpful for you if you kind of went to meet in the middle for a limited amount of time. The introvert's like, oh no, I'll never talk to anybody. Whoa, easy there, Tex, easy there. You're gonna have, if the cop pulls your car over, you're gonna have to roll down the window and talk to them. There are gonna be times in your life when you have to talk to people, okay? So my introverts, let's just work on some things to get you just a little bit out of your comfort zone, not all the way out, a little bit out. Listen, for a limited amount of time. And my extroverts, I love y'all to death, but can we get y'all to just shut up just for a little bit? Just tone it down. Listen more. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Just listen more to what people are saying for just a little bit amount of time. After that, make a couple $1 million. You can talk, just talk till your mouth fall off if you want. But sometimes meeting in the middle for a limited amount of time will help accelerate your growth. Okay, an introvert may need to stretch into a little bit more talking, even if it's on social media, for a limited amount of time. And an extrovert may need to simplify and maybe rely on some quiet tools so they can hear more, instead of relying on charisma all the time, because charisma cannot be duplicated. Charisma cannot be taught. You either got it or you don't. And that by default makes it not duplicatable. So this is why you see in our industry a lot of people who come in and hit a lot of ranks fast, make a lot of money real fast. And then you look down the road 2, 3, 4 years later, they're not even in the industry anymore. They're doing something else. They're not even in the industry anymore. Why? because what they were doing was not duplicatable, and they kept burning out. They kept burning out with no residual income. And typically they never realize it. They just go from company to company to company to company until they're all the way out of the industry because they never realized the problem wasn't with them. They just needed to be able to teach people to teach people to teach people some things that actually duplicate. And being 7 feet tall is not duplicatable. Having charisma and the gift of gab, everybody knows the people that can talk their way out into that's not duplicatable. Okay. Tools and systems like some of the ones we mentioned today are very duplicatable. So as we head to Nashville, as we run toward Nashville to close out these ranks, if you had 9,000, let's get to 10,000. If you're at 19, let's push and get to 20, 25,000. Let's really push. And if you're brand new, let's focus on launching your business and getting you onboarded properly so you come into Nashville and you know all the basics. So the advanced information we cover is stuff that can really benefit you, because the lost secret is duplication. The tools are what make duplication possible. All right. And success will come for introverts or extroverts, provided they meet in the middle for a limited amount of time, just long enough to create some systems that work for everybody. And that is how we build businesses that don't pay just once, they keep paying for life. They keep paying for life, all right? So thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's wrap up the call right on time. I want to thank Coach Marcus, Coach Seymour, and Miriam as well, Ms. Karim, for hosting this call for us. We will see you tomorrow night. Let me make sure I can finally get this right. We have Coach Sonic Coach's Corner call tomorrow, okay, at 8 p.m. But at 7 p.m., we have Coach Marcus with Franchise Factor Wednesday night. Coach, did I get it right this time? Because we changed the days and the time. So I'm trying, yeah, I got it. Got it right. We have Coach Marcus Franchise Factor at 7 p.m. Especially if you're a new team member, please don't miss that. That is the foundational training for you, that you will build the proper foundation on your business, for your business. And here's the best thing about calls like Franchise Factor. You only got to learn how to build your business and set the proper foundation one time. You just got to learn it one time. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow night. And then we have Coach's Corner at 8 p.m. right after that. I love y'all so much, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see y'all in Nashville. Good grief. Put in the chat if you're coming to Nashville as everybody's heading out. Just put Nashville in the chat if you're coming to Nashville. I want to see everybody. I got the proofs back today for the jerseys and the cards. They so fresh, I don't even want to share them. That's how cold they are. I was going to share them with the people who got them. I just want y'all to be blown away. They are absolutely amazing. I don't know another network marketing team in the world that has professionally designed player cards. Okay, your kids and nieces and nephews are going to love them. These are going to be amazing prospecting tools. In fact, just a quick bit, and the jerseys. These jerseys are designed by the same people that design the jerseys for ESPN, for UFC, same manufacturer. We just got a great deal because of networking. We just got an amazing deal. It's like 80% off. I don't know if we could afford it, all those anyway, for everybody. And of course, our 50K earners got theirs on the house. And one more quick tip about your player cards. For the people who actually paid for their player cards who may not have been at 50,000, you got one set coming. You have another set coming that I don't think is going to be here for Nashville, but this one is on the house. It's complimentary. Just a quick story. I know everybody's heading out, but the people that design these player cards for athletes have never been asked to design player cards for network marketers, salespeople, anything like that. So this is such an amazing concept for them. And as I was sending in your bios, because everybody has a short bio on the back of their card, the people at the company that are doing the printing, the layout, the designs, they were reaching out via email saying, hey, I kid you not, what is this? What are y'all even doing? And I had to give them a speech. I had to give them the network marketing, the pitch basically. And they said, they didn't even know what it was. I always tell you, there are people in this world who've never heard of network marketing. They've never heard of it. These people are based out of Illinois, okay? So I told them, I said, they said, listen, they were so excited. This is just on the last call I had with them. They're so excited. They said, listen, can we make some more of these, okay, for the people who, because I paid for anybody over 50K and things like that. Coach Marcus contributed as well. Shout out Coach Marcus. But some of you actually paid for your own cards. For y'all, you have a free set coming, courtesy of that company, And the reason they're doing it is because I'm gonna tell you what they want to do. I'm gonna tell you the idea. They're amazing because they're in marketing with cards. They want to have your picture, and they said, they want new pictures. They were like, man, we want professional photos. We were like, all right. They want to put not just your bio on the back. They want to put a little 45-second presentation on the back of your card with your contact information, your website, and your phone number, okay? So that you can use your card as a promotional tool, just like a business card, but way cooler. So they're working on that right now. I don't think it'll be ready from Nashville, but some of y'all who paid for your cards, I got receipts. Y'all getting some amazing free business tools in a couple of weeks, maybe a month, however long it takes them to get it down. But it is going to be amazing, absolutely amazing for you guys and girls. And I'm sure other people are going to want them too. But the people who paid for them already, y'all getting them for free, courtesy of the company. So they love what we're doing. They love these are professionals. These are professional marketing agencies. They have no idea how that stuff is about how our industry works and everything. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. It's going to be pretty cool. You got a presentation on the back of a card, and I cannot wait to see the way they put it together. But I'll be in touch with y'all about that in upcoming weeks. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, also please keep Tiara Moore, one of our top team leaders. Keep her in your prayers. She had a minor surgical procedure on Friday. From what we understand, she's doing well and recovering well, but keep her in your prayers, and I'm sure she'll be back very soon and share with us, give us the details. I mean, to whatever degree she's comfortable doing that, but we know we want, Miss Moore back. She's an amazing young lady. For all of y'all who met her in person, incredible leader, one of our diamonds here, and we're definitely going to keep her in our prayers on her path to a swift recovery. Okay, so y'all have a good night. God bless, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much again for your time.